They called it entertainment. 50,000 Romans screaming for blood while men fought to the death below. But did you know gladiators were mostly volunteers? Men who chose this brutal life for fame, fortune, and glory, or death. In the heart of Rome stood the Ludus, the gladiator school, where ordinary men became living weapons. Survival rate? Only 1 in 10 saw retirement. This is a single day in their life, and it's nothing like Hollywood told you. Long before Rome woke, the gladiator barracks stirred. Marcus, a former legionnaire, rose quietly. He'd traded freedom for fame, knowing today could bring victory or death. Men from all backgrounds shared cramped quarters. Former soldiers beside prisoners of war, criminals next to free volunteers. Yet here, social barriers meant nothing. Facing death together forged an unlikely brotherhood, a code of honor. Morning was relentless training under the merciless eyes of doctores, veteran gladiators turned instructors. They practiced controlled violence, striking heavy wooden stakes called pallus, polished smooth by thousands of blows. Yet they didn't train to kill. Gladiators were costly investments, worth more alive than dead. Their art was spectacle, drama, skill, and carefully choreographed violence. Each gladiator specialized. The Murmillo fought like a legionnaire, the Retiarius wielded nets and tridents like a fisherman. The Thrix swung curved blades. Every style designed not just to win, but to entertain. Their diet wasn't lavish feasts of meat and wine. It was pulse, barley porridge with beans and fruit. Gladiators were called hordiarios, barleymen. This high-carb vegetarian diet wasn't punishment but strategy, building protective fat layers that shielded from cuts. Injuries were inevitable, but gladiators received elite medical care. Broken bones expertly set, wounds precisely cleaned and stitched. They were too valuable to lose to neglect. Endurance wasn't merely physical. It was mental, emotional, spiritual. By afternoon, tomorrow's deadly games loomed. Some gladiators reached celebrity status, their faces on oil lamps, figurines collected by children. Wealthy Romans admired, even adored them. Yet fame had a steep price. Most careers lasted only 2 or 3 years. Gladiators like Flamma famously rejected freedom repeatedly, choosing risk and eternal glory over safe obscurity. They prayed to Mars for strength, Fortuna for luck, Nemesis for justice. Shrines within the Ludus offered spiritual refuge. Tokens, a lock of hair, a carved figurine, connected them to lives beyond violence. Each knew every fight could be their last. Evening meant transformation. Armoring was ceremonial, each piece carefully placed, turning men into legends. Armor signified their fighting style and public persona. They walked torchlit tunnels beneath arenas, passages designed to heighten anticipation, a final journey from mortal men to immortal legends. Beyond these walls waited thousands of roaring voices, blazing sun, and ultimate tests of skill and courage. They entered as men, they'd exit as legends or corpses. The night before combat brought the Cena Libera, public feasts where Romans met their heroes. Crowds celebrated, oblivious to gladiators' inner turmoil. When the crowds left, gladiators faced loneliness. Sleep was elusive. They rehearsed fights, imagined outcomes, confronted mortality. Veterans like Spartacus embraced contradiction, training for death yet desperately craving life. Gladiators were symbols of power, entertainment, and tragic resilience. Tomorrow they'd either bask in victory or bleed into sand. This was the gladiators' day, a relentless cycle of preparation, pain, and death's shadow. Yet within brutality was discipline, unexpected camaraderie, and fierce willpower. Today, sands are quiet, but listen closely. Can you still hear their echoes? These ancient warriors remind us that even in darkness, human spirit endures, excels, and inspires. The past is never truly silent. Its echoes live in every scar, every name forgotten, every life reduced to dust. Thank you for watching. This is Time Traveler's Journal.